Now, before I get into talking about the MAF test results from this week, I just want to say you guys rock. I was blown away by the level of support that I received from you guys after my last video. If you didn't see that last video, I'll put a link to it up here in the top right hand corner. That video was about me owning up to not using the MAF method in the correct way. I'm not going to say anything more than that, but guys, thank you very much. The positive comments that I received here on YouTube and Strava and on Facebook just it just left me speechless. And I'm really humbled that you guys took time to send through those comments. All I can say is thank you very much, guys, and let's move forward. And that was the overwhelming message in all those comments was, you made a mistake, get over it, move on, bro. So that's what I'm doing. It's a new chapter, a new page in the book. So let's get into talking about this MAF test. Now, I went into this week's MAF test really focused on keeping to that MAF heart rate level of mine, which is 131. It's in the description below how I determine my MAF heart rate level. Basically, it's 180 minus my age, which is 54, which gives me 126. And you're allowed to give back 5 beats per minute if you've been exercising for quite some time and haven't had any injuries or hiccups or sicknesses or anything like that. So that gives me a heart rate figure of 131. So this week, that was what it was all about, was sticking to that heart rate, 131 beats per minute. Now the MAF test this month was over 16K. I've increased it over the last few months from 8K as I work towards that half marathon MAF test next month. I've got to say I was a little bit apprehensive going into this MAF test because in previous MAF tests I have really, wouldn't say blown out in the back end kilometres, but have certainly breached what was my MAF heart rate level in most tests. This time around it was all about sticking to that 131 and being true to the MAF and seeing what sort of results we came up with. Got a little bit breezy at times, so that was reflected with some of the kilometre splits and probably some of the heart rate figures as well. But the most pleasing aspect was I was well and truly inside that 131 beats per minute heart rate. The range was from 126 to 130 beats per minute for the 16 kilometres. There were a couple of times where I did go to 132 or 133 beats per minute, but as soon as I realised that, I dropped the pace so that the heart rate would drop back down below that level and didn't have a problem. The average for each kilometre was, as I said there, was 130 beats per minute or less, and that was really great. And time-wise, this is where the real surprise was. I was expecting to be a lot slower in the test than what I have been, but as it turned out, I was only, a few seconds slower than previous tests. So something to be said there. So the kilometre range was from 441 to 449. I did have one split in there of 436, which was early on, and that was with the breeze pushing me. If you disregard that, then there was only sort of an 8-second difference between the fastest and slowest kilometre split in that test. I actually finished in a pretty good frame of mind because, I went into it wanting to stick to that 131 level, and I did that. Look, I was super comfortable at that pace. I have no doubt that I could have kept going for a lot longer. So it's all pretty much on track for that half marathon test next month. And it just shows that even though I've only done a couple of weeks now of those higher intensity workouts, I think I did a tempo a couple of weeks ago now, and then I think a progressive run the week before that. It has really helped. It's sort of sparked my running up again and just got those legs turning over a little bit quicker. So going forward now, we've got 4 weeks until the next MAF test. I've got some more higher intensity stuff to come. Doing a 5 kilometre time trial on Thursday, which will be today when you're actually watching this video. And then on the weekend, I'm doing the marathon distance, and the 5 kilometre and the marathon distance are part of the Gold Coast Marathon virtual run events that I'm doing. The big 4, which is the 5, 10, half marathon and marathons. Not having a crack at the marathons, just a training run. And then obviously those higher intensity workouts in the coming weeks leading into that half marathon test, all going pretty well. Just one minor hiccup. And this has only been in the last couple of days that this has become an issue. If you remember in the last video when I was talking about my Sunday long run where the heart rate data was just all over the place. Well, today's midweek long run where I did 25k, the heart rate again, the data was just all over the place. I think when I first started out, it was shooting up to, I think it was 140, 150, and then it dropped right down into 110 to 120 for the rest of the run. So hope there's not an issue there with the watch. So I think what that means now is I've just got to lash out, spend the dollars and get that heart rate chest strap. And up until now, I've been relying on the watch. I know it's not as accurate as what the chest strap monitor is. Looking at getting one of those. I don't know, guys, if you got any suggestions on what sort of heart rate monitor strap I should get. I have been looking online to see what works with the Garmin. They're around about 100 and something Australian dollars. Guys, if you've got a cheaper alternative or something else that you use, let me know in the comments down below and I'll look into that as well. All right, just one more final thing before I go, guys, and that's the coaching offer that is up for grabs. I'll put a link to the video up here where I announced that I would give 3 viewers the opportunity to have a personalised 8-week coaching plan prepared by me. That closes next Monday, July 13. If you're still interested, guys, send the email through to therunningduckeffect@gmail.com. And there's also some questions that I need from you as well, and you'll find those questions down in the description below. So answer those questions, get your email in to me, and who knows, you might be one of the lucky 3 to take up that offer. All right, guys, well, that's about it. So as I said, it's a new chapter, a new page. We're moving forward. Hopefully we've got some good times to come and we've got some good running to come. Hopefully we'll get some running events back up and running after this COVID-19. So guys, that's it for today. Stay safe out there, happy running, and I'll catch you in the next video. Hooroo.